just got the starter box, at last. Is it too facetious to do an unboxing 2 months late?
Absolutely not. Content is content.
So long as you make it a lit unboxing.
Legions Imperialis starter box unboxing, on fire. Guest host the Easter Bunny. A very happy new year, everyone, and welcome to a very new year-y episode of LItbashing. Yeah, I guess this is 2 months too late, but stock issues are stock issues. It's also a challenge for me because I need to make sure that I'm just as engaging and funny as y'all expect me to be whilst not having a script, so let's see what happens. So this is the first time I've ever looked inside this here Legions Imperialis box. I imagine there's one on the other side as well. There is. This is the engaging, unique, and quite frankly lit content you all are subscribed for. And if you're not subscribed, hey, subscribe. It's always this fun. So let's see what's inside our Legions Imperialis box. Right, well, the first thing I'm struck by, as I'm sure you will be too, is the very retro red Whippy Sticks. That's very cool. I think these are coming with the old world as well, which is very retro. Fun fact, they stopped allowing these in official tournaments because some people who were win at all costs would heat them up and stretch them ever so slightly just to make their own Whippy Stick a little bit longer than anyone else's. I wonder if now they're starting to put them in boxes again, whether they'll keep that rule or whether they'll just have better adjudicators. God, really, look at that. This is the exact same thing. I don't know if you can see on the camera. Well, you can. Look at my fancy new macro camera lens. 1995. God, I was 6 when this came out. 5 or 6, depending on when in the year. Fancy. Again, this is the rip, riotous, hip and happening content you've come to expect from the, by default, #1 epic scale hobby channel on YouTube. So, those are our Whippy Sticks. Exciting. With even more or equal retroness, check these out. I wonder if these have a date on them as well. Oh, they do. They're a little bit newer, 1998, although I haven't seen the orange ones. I think my old ones were green. Either way, fun. There's a little bit of misprint in the top of the flamer template there, but hardly worth complaining about. Right, at any point I could fast forward through this, and I probably will, because it's not interesting. But, you know, if you want the full uncut version with all my fancy narration, and it is very fancy on account of my Thames Estuary English accent. There we go, small template, large template, and a flamer. Useful for this game, but also looks like it's going to be useful for the old world. God damn, I'm excited for old world. I know that's not the point of this channel, but seriously, fantasy was always my game, so I'm very glad to see it returning. Right, starting with a sprue that I've seen before because I was able to get the Infantry sprue. Here is the Space Marine Infantry. We all know what this looks like. 2 of those, as we've come to expect. I've already got lots of new lit bashes in mind. In particular, you're going to see Corswain very soon. He's been very much requested, and he's going to be a special request for one of my Patreons. So one of my Patrons is going to get to take away, I say take away as if they're going to be here. One of my Patrons is going to be sent the final Corswain as a thank you for the support. So look forward to that coming up. These are very cool. I don't need to hold these for very long. There are plenty of good high-res images out there. Taylor Painters has some good ones. Goonhammer has some good ones. There are plenty of good high-res images of these if you want to have a look exactly. Yeah, when I first saw these, I was worried I was going to have too many command squads, because obviously you don't need as many command squads as you do everything else, and they all come with one. But since almost all of my lit bashes involve at least one of the command squad, I'm thinking I'm going to need an awful lot more of these. Goodness me, what have I signed myself up for? The perils of YouTubery. What I haven't seen before are these, the Solar Auxilia sprues. And these are interesting. I really like the Sentinel legs. I wonder if you could add the Sentinel legs to a Contemptor body to make that special Iron Hands Contemptor. Sorry, I'm not an Iron Hands expert, but there's an Iron Hands special Dreadnought that has sort of chicken legs. That certainly will be possible. I'm also looking at these Ogren arms. Those would be compatible with Contemptors as well. They're not far off the size. So you could do some really fun, edgy Contemptor work with those. I'll have to look through all the special Contemptors and see which ones deserve their own video. I've got a Salamanders Contemptor video lined up featuring... Oh, now I'm going to have to remember the Salamanders special Contemptors. Turiok or Tuliok was one of them, with the double melters. And Garen Rak, one of them, with the fancy scale loincloths. Because obviously Contemptors need loincloths, so you don't see their micro bits. Yeah, fun. The Velatari are really nice with those axes, but also I don't know what they'd be useful for. Flamers are good. Flamer tips will be very useful for making special Flamer Marines. Now I'm looking forward to doing some mixing and matching with these. If you have any specific Solar Auxilia requests, because obviously I don't know the Solar Auxilia as well as the Space Marines, but some of you out there do. Some of you out there are all about the Guard. So if anyone has any particular Solar Auxilia requests, do let me know, and I'll bump them up the list to fill the gap that we haven't got many of yet. So yeah, good sprue. I like that sprue for conversions and kitbashes and LItbashes. This is the... It's got 2 per sprue and it's quite big, so this must be the... Ooh. Oh no, I'm not sure which one this is now. No, this is the Malcador. Because I can see the fuel tank at the back there. So this is the Malcador, which is very nice. With the new variants coming soon. So I'm looking forward to either... I'll probably try to make a Mador Defender, because there isn't an official kit for that, and I think you could probably make that with the various bits. So I'll certainly be making a Mador Defender with the bolter turret. This here must be the Sicarans. Nice, I like these plasma weapons. I like these autocannons. Great las cannon bits there, again, for converting. And Mark II helmets, which are going to be very useful for some of the characters who wear Mark II and Mark III, because they have quite similar helmets at this scale. So, for example, you're going to see Corswain with a head like this. You get quite a few of them per sprue. So nice sprue, nice sprue. And this one as well. Got 3 of those. Look at all those exhausts. I'm not looking forward to all those exhausts. But dozer blades, I like dozer blades. Dozer blades are excellent options just for making your minis have some variety, because you can give some with dozer blades, some without. Maybe give, if you're mixing and matching legions, give your vicious legions like World Eaters dozer blades, and your more stoic legions like the Iron Hands not like fewer dozer blades. I'm all for variety, which is sort of the raison d'etre of this channel. Ah, the Titans. I'm looking forward to these, although I am led to believe by certain strategy channels out there, like Blackbriar Gaming and Heresy. I'm led to believe that the weapons included in this box are not very good, to put it nicely, compared to the ones that came in the Adeptus Titanicus box. Thankfully, I have some of the Adeptus Titanicus sprues arriving soon, so I will be able to mix and match. First thing I'm going to do with all these, I'm going to make a full Legio Audax mana pool, like the big 5 that were there at Isfahan 3, because my army is going to be Isfahan 3 themed. And the main Litbashy element there is going to be reposing them to be vicious, because the Legio Audax, you know, they're the hounds. They're the ones that are basically what if World Eaters were Titans, and they need serious viciousing up. So, for example, these big foot claws are going to be talons stamping and crushing tanks. Thank you, Solar Auxilia. They're going to have their claws, which again aren't the best weapon in game, but you can't have Legio Audax without the Ursus Claw, at least on one of them. So the Ursus Claw is going to be digging, crushing into some other kind of tank. Building Titans is going to be fun. I've kind of said in my head that if I ever get to 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to make a full Dies Irae, or Dies Irae, or Dies Irae, depending on how vulgar your Latin pronunciation is. Yeah, a full Dies Irae Warlord Titan, not Warlord, Imperator Titan, using bits. So that'll be fun to do. So if you want to see that, get subscribing. So these are the Leman Russes then. Oh yeah, that's the classic Leman Russ size. God, I really should learn more about Guard. Fun. Certainly lots of bits there for basing, if nothing else. Thank you to the Solar. One of these, I wonder if we've got art on the other side. I like it when they give you art on the other side. Ooh, a preview. Ooh, these are the bits we're going to get. The Kratos heavy tanks, I've already got some of those, working on those. They're going to be fun. War Master, that's going to happen at some point. Reaver, I've got one of those coming. Direwolves, not big on the direwolves, but I'll probably get one at some point for the channel if I can think of something fun to do with them. Give me your ideas. Baneblades as well. I'm probably trying to make all the different variants, Fellblades, etc. Bombers, maybe if you can think of anything. Certainly get some of these for my own Astartes force. Acastus Knights, don't know. Certainly at some point we're going to build a full table together, and it's going to be the sexiest thing in the whole world. So yeah, look forward to that when that happens. Now we get to the rulebook. All right, now I've heard some horror stories about this here rulebook, with them being printed upside down and with questionable content. And there are some rumours that say the reason for the stock issues and everything being delayed was the rulebook. So let's see if I got lucky with a decent one. Pick a random page. Is it going to be the right way up? It is. Good. I say good. It's always nice when Games Workshop give you things to cover mistakes. There was one special edition 40k I got a little while ago. It must have been 7th edition or something, and it came in a lovely kind of chest. And my first one was misprinted. Just the book and the inside. Loads of the pages had kind of printed onto each other like they'd been ironed together. And rather than just sending me one of the new books, they sent me a whole brand new one. So I ended up with 2 of them, which was fun. One with a rubbish book, but still came with lots of other cool goodies. That obviously then became completely useless when the next edition came out. Right, so now the next thing I need to do then is learn how to play this bloody game. And it will happen. And at some point you might even see a bat rep if I can convince one of my other friends to play it too. Ooh, this is the bit I like as a hobbyer more than a player. Ooh. I like pretty models. I very much like pretty models. Yeah, see, the Solar do look good, don't they? They're not really my cup of tea, but they are some damn fine sculpts, particularly the Ogrins, Velatari, and the Sentinels. I'll have to find ways to use those. Cool. Iron Hands, very stoic. It's very clever painting. I mean, obviously the heavy metal teams, they know. But because black, you know, if you want to make black dirty, use brown. Because brown clashes with black in a kind of almost imperceivable way, in the same way you shouldn't wear a brown belt with black jeans. So yeah, so that gives the whole mini a bit of depth. Because you can't make the shadows darker than black, that doesn't work. So you make them brown, and it stands out. Grey edge highlighting and brown grime, solid. Because Iron Hands have a risk of just being, you know, just black on the table. On the other end of things, a much lighter colour scheme, the Death Guard. I do like the Death Guard scheme. It's a little bit clean for me. Even this early in the Heresy, even as early as this 1.3, that's a very clean Death Guard. I'd like to see it a little bit more roughed up. But yeah, nice scheme, nice scheme. Ooh, more of them. Blood Angels, there's a very scarlet Blood Angel, very orange. Iron Hands again. They've gone with white accents to give it some depth. Ultramarines, because they had to be in there somewhere. Dark Angels. Nice, nice. I'll have to look at that page for ideas for my Corswain. And that looks like that's it for the hobby side of things. But nice at any rate. So yeah. Ooh, a nice creaky new book sound. So that will be on my reading table for quite some time. Ooh, what's this? Token ref pack. Now, I've heard bad things about the tokens. I've heard they're a bit rubbish. So let's find out. Is there a way to open this without tearing it to pieces? No, okay. Let's use a knife thing, because I don't want, just in case they need to go back in here. Quite. This envelope is thick cardstock, so if the envelope is thicker than the tokens, then we're going to have issues. G-dubs. And I think it actually is. God, that is disappointing. Still, I reckon we can fix those, use them on a base, like lots of people have done. It's not the end of the world. And also, if the tokens are going to be that big, write on it. Say what they are. Say advance. Say first fire. You've got the space for it. Saves us all having to remember what the symbols mean. Yeah, that is a shame. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's a good box, but it's a shame that's not on heavier cardstock. But these are nice, and two of them, so you can have one each. Oh, and it's got the key, so it's not the end of the world that they haven't got the orders written on them. Cool. Again, I'm going to have to learn how to play the game. The problem with being a hobbyist more than a gamer is I could probably count the number of games of 40k 10th I've played on one hand. And that was more than any I played of 9th. Good instructions, clear. I'm not going to go through now and check that there are no mistakes, but certainly it seems clear enough. I like that they're telling you when not to glue. That's always good. Good instruction book. Less good. Yeah, less good here. You've got lots of Solar Auxilia things and a couple of infantry banners. What banners have we got? You've got banners for Sons of Horus, Death Guard. Got two for Sons of Horus, two for Death Guard, Iron Hands, Imperial Fists. Don't know what that one is. Is that a Solar Auxilia one? Yeah, I assume these must be Solar Auxilia. Alright, still, that'll be useful for the Death Guard banner. I haven't made that one yet. And that'll probably be useful for the Sons of Horus when I get there. Cool. Of course, you could freehand these things, but I freehanded the Emperor's Children banner, and, you know, it's not worth it. If you've got banner transfers available, use them. Especially at this scale. Numerals, these are useful, very useful on a lot of models. And you get a nice selection of them. So a mix. Good for solar players, good for everyone. Could be better. You know, there are other transfer sheets coming out with other things. Cool. And I think the only thing left are the bases. I've heard some people say, oh, I didn't get any bases, but they didn't think to lift this up. So make sure you do take the box fully apart when you get yours. Got dice, including a scatter dice. Always love a scatter dice. A couple of Warhound bases. They really knocked the bases out of the park. I don't think these could be better. So good. I genuinely don't think these could be better if they were resin. They're so detailed. And such a good relief. Because particularly at this scale. Because they can, if using a regular base with all the kind of jaggedy bits, you know, that would be like walking through huge cracks. These are just obvious little cracks. Just the size of your toes. Perfect. I've seen these before, so I don't need to open them all now. But again, good selection of bases there. And a little bit of blast template snuck in as well. Fun. So, there's our bits. Let's put away the bits I'm not going to use immediately, which I think is just this. I will put the... No, I won't put them back. Let's just put that back. Not going to use those. As nice as this is, I'm not going to use this immediately, so let's put this back. But the rest, I'm either going to chop up into pieces and put back together as something completely different, because that's sort of why we're here. Or I might actually build some models as they're intended to be built for my own armies. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. And I'm going to read that book and learn how to play the game, and at some point actually have a game. It's a very exciting time, and only 2 months late. Only the next calendar year. But I think that's okay. Right, so thank you everyone for watching. If you're still sticking around, I'll try and edit this down to a sensible length. Thank you to all the Patreons on the screen right now. I haven't got a list right now in front of me, so I'm just going to have to highlight the super cool ones that are supposed to get spoken shout-outs every video. So that's what will be happening now. I'll make sure they're going, boom, this guy, boom, this one, boom, this person. Whoa, look at them. Aren't they amazing? Yeah, check them out. Yeah, cool. So thank you all of you. And I'll see you on Friday, hopefully, with a new fun little lit bash. Looking forward to 2024, everyone. Have a wonderful time. Peace and love. And I'll catch you all lit bashing your little hearts out. Peace out.